Back here in between as we get ready for Game 2 of today's doubleheader for the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's taking on the Humboldt Eagles. We get into our Roseburg Disposal pregame show for our second game of the day. Joining us as we get a chance to continue making our way through the roster and getting to know a little bit more about the team this summer is Braxton Dill out of Glide High School, a graduate of 2022, and another year on the team for you here this summer, Braxton. First off, I know 1 year out of high school now for you. What have you been doing the last year? What's been keeping you busy?
Oh man, I started working construction. And
oh yeah,
that took up most of my time, and then I was actually coaching over at Douglas High School, and that got me back on the field.
Nice. So working over there with the Watkins?
Yeah, that was awesome. It was a good time. First time coaching, it was a blast for sure. What
was the biggest kind of eye-opening thing about being a coach rather than being in the dugout as a player?
A lot more responsibilities. As a younger coach, you got a lot more responsibilities. You got to give your coaches props for how much they could actually take care of on that field. So, yeah.
So obviously you were still able to get a chance to be around the game and got a chance to probably get some time in and work out getting ready for this summer. But, getting a chance to be back out here after kind of a year that's probably a little bit different than what you've been used to going through high school and everything. What were you looking forward to getting a chance to be back out here on the field with the Doc Stewarts?
Being around the guys, that's probably the biggest eye-opener in what I thought. Like I was going to miss that. Mm-hmm. And that's what kind of brought me back out is being able to play one more year, especially with these dudes, because these guys are awesome. So, definitely being back out here with this environment.
Yeah. Are you hoping to try and maybe use this year as a catalyst to try and get onto a team somewhere, or are you just one last hurrah for you getting to be a player out there?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm still in between right now.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but
gotcha.
Yeah, we'll see how the season goes.
There you go. Well, obviously, you've got a little bit of an in, hopefully, on maybe the coaching line of things to be able to still be around the game.
Yeah.
As a guy that has been around the game for so long, I mean, is that kind of the goal for you, is to hopefully be able to find one way or another to kind of continue to be around the sport of baseball?
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to stick around this for as long as I can, and especially if I ever have kids, I could definitely coach them up too. So, for sure, coaching in the future would be awesome.
Nice. Well, as one of the older guys on the team coming back this year, it's a group that has a lot of at least age to it. I know many of you guys didn't get a chance to do much at 1 year out of high school in the baseball realm, but being able to be back and be that experienced group, what's that mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, I'm an old dog coming back from working construction, so I feel old, but playing with these guys, it's definitely awesome, especially one last year with all of them.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I would not ever take that away, and it's awesome that I'm out here.
Yeah. This a little bit better than, maybe early hours, especially on a day like today, but this a little bit better than out there working construction right now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I enjoy this a little bit more than working construction, yeah.
What was that kind of like, just being, that transition from being a student that you've done for your entire life through 18 years to now suddenly working kind of a 9-to-5 grind type of job? What was that transition like?
Well, I've always liked working with my hands. I've always been liking the outdoors way more than if I were inside. So it wasn't too bad for me. I had a lot of fun working construction, but obviously I'd much rather be out here. But no, it was awesome. I enjoyed working. I got a lot of tools now that I can work with if I ever need to do something. So
What kind of stuff were you doing?
Just residential stuff mainly. We did a little bit of concrete, a lot of demoing, a lot of remodeling, stuff like that, framing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to get his number later. He can come over with all my DIY projects around my house there. Braxton, as you kind of look to continue here this summer, what are some of the things that you're hoping to kind of see continue on for yourself and for this team this year?
For myself, I'd love to see my bat improve.
Yeah.
And I've been taking a year off of seeing live pitching. I'd love to see my bat improve for sure. Mm-hmm. And when it comes to the team, man, these last few games we've been on a grind, and I don't want to stop anything from this team right now because we're kicking some butt right now. So anything, just keep this momentum rolling.
Yeah, for sure. And this month of July, we always know, I mean, you're an experienced guy, the month of July really starts to ramp things up and things really kind of take it up a notch because the state tournament's right around the corner. Being a guy that was here the last couple of years when the team had the automatic berth into the state tournament, it took a little of the pressure off, but going into this year, how much, with July right around the corner, how much you guys kind of feeling that we got to really start making this thing work?
Yeah, I think we're ready. I mean, just this past week, I think we've been preparing preparing ourselves mentally and physically for the state tournament. I think everything is kind of going towards making the state, and I think this week has definitely been an eye-opener on how much damage we could actually do. So I'm excited with this team.
Awesome.
For sure.
Awesome, man. Well, Braxton, it's been a pleasure to see you back out here on the field again and get a chance to catch up a little bit. Hope to see good things from you and the rest of the team the rest of this way, and thanks so much for the time, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Braxton Dill joining us here in between games. We'll get ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, where the Doc Stewarts and the Humboldt Eagles will get ready for Game 2 of today's doubleheader. Doc Stewart's falling in Game 1, 6-2, the final score there. And now they'll look to try and turn it around as we get ready for the nightcap is usually what you'd call it, but I guess we are here in the afternoon in this doubleheader. As we get ready for this one, we are into your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. I'm Joey Kieran. Happy to be hanging out with you here on the afternoon. I could be back at the office sitting at my desk staring at a computer screen, or I could be out here doing this, and I think we probably could all determine exactly where I would rather be. I would assume it's pretty much the same case for you as well. Game 2 just about to get underway here in just a few. We've gotten the starting lineups for both teams, so we'll be putting that together here and get you ready for the second game. We'll have a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups here in just a few moments as we kind of make our way through it. It's always a scramble to get ready for Game 2 of the Twin Bill. Doc Stewart's, I will tell you, it did seem as if Coach Savage down there in the dugout for the Docs a little not happy about the way things ended in Game 1. Docs were leading that one 2-0 early on. They ended up giving up the lead, but we're still in it 2-2 until late in that ball game. And so opportunities there for the Docs, but only mustered 2 hits in that game. They're going to have to definitely find more in the tank if they want to try and compete at levels like this. Humboldt's always a team that's going to be there competing for state titles, sectional titles, all that in California. However, they pull that all out there down in California. I know it's a little bit different than I think how they do it here in the state of Oregon. I think they do sectionals, and then teams that qualify for through that get into the state tournament, knowing that they've got more teams in California than we've got here in Oregon. But this Humboldt team's always a team that you can count on being competitive and challenging to get into that state tournament and possibly win it all there for the Eagles. So it's a team that's a good litmus test, an opportunity to be able to really see where you stand. And Doc's obviously needed a little bit more on the production side of things against the Eagles in game one. Just 2 hits wasn't going to do it. Now, give credit to the Doc Stewarts for taking advantage of the opportunities they had in the opener. They were able to get on base and score a couple early, but unfortunately, they could not get anything built off of that in momentum going the rest of the game. Let's go ahead and take another 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we will get you ready to go for this one with your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups. I'm Joey Kieran. That'll do it for the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Again, let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups when we come back after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field as we take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting a lineup for the visiting Humboldt Eagles. Head coach Matt Tomlin's team will start off with Rogan Bodie, the shortstop, leading things off. Cody Collins in left field will bat second. Cole Ayala will bat third, catching here in game two. Caden Lee will bat cleanup, starting at third base. At first base is Caden Vance batting fifth. The pitcher, Ethan Thomas, will bat sixth, followed by Matt Letter, the second baseman, hitting seventh. Rogan Gans in right field will bat eighth. And Daniel Osborne, the center fielder, will round out the starting nine for the Eagles, batting ninth. They will face off against right-hander Colton Sywell out of Bandon High School. Colton comes in 12 1/3 innings worked. He's got a 3-1 record, he's got a 1-0 record as he makes his fourth start of the season. He works the first pitch in, ball one to Rogan Bodie as we are underway for game two. Missing low and outside, a 2-0 count. So looking for his second win of the season is Colton Sywell. The 12 1/3 innings worked. He's got a 1.46 ERA. Fouled away by the hitter, Rogan Bodie. On the season, 17 strikeouts, 11 walks for Colton Sywell this season. He's got a 2-1 count against Bodie. Pops him up right side. Out to right field for the Doc Stewarts. Waiting on it, and the catch is made. Cade Johnson out in right field for Cade Johnson out there for the Doc Stewarts defensively in right field. Makes that put out. One away. Cody Collins will bat. Collins starting in left field here in game 2. Takes a strike. He was at second base in game 1 of the doubleheader. Your starting lineup brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control. When you're looking to build the best lineup for your defense of your home from those summer bugs this summer, yeah, that's when the summer bugs come out, if you didn't know. Yeah, this is the time to get in touch with Cooper's Pest Control. They can protect your home. They're your locally owned bug assassins. Give them a call at 673-0363. Foul ball on the first pitch there to Collins, or second pitch to Collins. He's got the 0-2 count against Sywell. Ground ball chopper right side. High bouncing ball will get by Jalen Riddle at second base. And going to take 2 will go Collins. He is on with a double, a seeing eye double right side that time. It was just a bounding ball through the right side of the infield, and Jalen Riddle came charging in to try and make the play, as you should on a high bouncer like that. But off this springy turf, it took one late high hop, and it gets by Jalen Riddle into right field. And seeing that ball went into kind of no man's land there, Collins wisely takes second, so he gets on with a leadoff double. First pitch low and outside for ball 1 for Sywell, as he faces Cole Ayala, who was the winning pitcher in game 1. And now will be behind the plate here in game 2. Fastball misses outside. Sywell fouls behind. 2-0 count. One away, a man in scoring position for the Eagles. Sywell misses low, and he falls behind 3-0 against the 3-hitter. Behind the plate, catching here in game 2 is Parker Burke. 3-0 pitch does go in for a strike. Cole Collins playing at first base for the Docs. 3-1 pitch by Sywell. Ground ball towards short. They're going to go to third, trying to get the tag down. Not in time. Ooh, I thought they might have had him there. Slow run and slide in for Cody Collins, but he'll get in safely. Ayala will get on with a fielder's choice to shortstop. And that was bang bang there at third for Brooks Avery, who made the decision to try and get the runner going to third. And man, I thought that Daniel Withers might have gotten that tag down just in time to get Collins at third base. So the bases, runners at first and third, and that is a balk. So a run will score. Ayala goes to second. Scoring is Collins. I think that, and don't quote me on this, but I think that comes down to the rule change on you can't move to third, look back to first. And maybe he had to throw it to first. As first pitch strike 1 here to the cleanup man, Caden Lee. Lee will put one in the air out towards right center. Long run. Carson Dunn won't get there in time. That one hops to the wall. Johnson will come up with it. A run will score. Heading for third. The throw not in time. And it is a RBI triple for Caden Lee. Found the alley out in right center. And he drives in Cole Ayala from second. So, balk or not, those 2 runs were scoring one way or the other, as Caden Lee will drive in the second run here in the first. Still just one out. It's the 5-hitter Caden Vance. He grounds one towards short, towards third, picked up by Withers, throws over to Collins. A run scores on the ground out by Vance, and it's 3-0. And there's 2 down. Ethan Thomas will stand in. So an RBI ground out for Vance. 2 hits here in the first inning for Humboldt. And they've already jumped on top 3-0, carrying over some momentum from game 1. An 0-1 count right now for Ethan Thomas. And another one in for a strike on a check swing. Thomas pitching in game 2, batting for himself. The 0-2 delivery. High and inside, almost got that front arm. Just buzzing the tower. Line drive right side, gets over the top of Jalen Riddle at second. Into right field, Cade Johnson. Sends it back in, and the first inning will continue for the Eagles. They have gotten 3 hits so far. So Thomas on at first. Matt Letter will stand in. He is the 7th hitter to the plate for the Eagles here in the first. Sywell trying to get through it. Strike 1. He's been attacking the zone, but leaving some pitches over the plate, and they've been driven around the ballpark. Pickoff throw to first, not quite in time. Cole Collins applying the tag. Oh, 0-1 pitch. Runner going, the ball out of the hand of Parker Burke behind the plate as he came up looking to throw. 1-1 count for Matt Letter. And a man in scoring position at second base as Ethan Thomas steals second. Pitch across the body, way outside there for Sywell. Falls behind. 2 balls and a strike against the 7-hitter. Pitch bounces in, and the count goes to 3-1. And not the start the Docs were looking for in game 2 of today's doubleheader. Ground ball up the middle. Avery will get it just behind second. Fires over to Collins at first. And the Docs will get out of things here in the first inning. But not before the Eagles capitalize for a 3-run lead. 3 runs on 3 hits. There were no Docs errors. And you had 1 man left on base. 3-0. We go to the bottom of the first. We'll take a look at the Doc Stewart starting lineup on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the first inning, Doc Stewart's trail against Humboldt 3-0. Docs trying to get a split against the Eagles after losing game 1. Doc Stewart led that game 2-0 before the Eagles rallied back and took the win. So now they're trying to return the favor here in game 2. Brooks Avery, the shortstop, will lead things off, followed by Cole Collins, the first baseman. Then batting third, Carson Dunn in center field for the Doc Stewarts. Will be your first 3 hitters up here against Ethan Thomas, who misses low on the first pitch to Brooks Avery, and we are underway in the bottom of the first. Daniel Withers, the third baseman, bats cleanup, followed by Evan Corbin, who will DH, batting 5th. Ball towards center field will drop in. A leadoff single for the Docs, and maybe some positive momentum going there. Brooks Avery on with the single, and for a second consecutive game, Brooks Avery has your first hit of the game. Every first hit is brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure you don't swing and miss. Make your summer projects a hit with MSK True Value and Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek in Tri-City. Cole Collins will bat with nobody out and 1 on against Ethan Thomas. Ground ball towards short. They go to second for 1. Relay back to first. In time, double play. And that'll clear the bases and steal some momentum for the Eagles. Brooks Avery out at second base as shortstop Rogan Bode able to handle a hard hit ground ball to his right at shortstop off the bat of Cole Collins. He was able to handle it and fired in a strike to second base. 0-1 on the count to Carson Dunn. He fouls it off, has an 0-2 count. That was just a real smooth play there by Bode at shortstop. That ball not easily hit. It was a sharp ground ball. As a line drive towards left field will drop in. Carson Dunn will have a base hit, and that ball gets by. Dunn is going to head for second. He's in, and the Doc Stewarts with a man in scoring position with 2 away. Dunn will get a single, then the ball misplayed in left field. We'll put him at second base. So 1 on, 2 away. Docs with a pair of hits here in the first. On the mound, Ethan Thomas trying to make sure that's all they get. First pitch high for ball 1 to Daniel Withers. Withers starting at third base here in game 2, much like he did in game 1. He had 1 of 2 hits for the Docs in the opener. He'll take low for a 2-0 count. Thomas high and inside, up near the hands. Runner going for third on the throwback to the mound. And Carson Dunn will steal third, catching everybody by surprise. And a 3-0 count at the plate for Daniel Withers. Docs would love to get at least 1 out of this. Withers will take a strike. (3-1) pitch, swung on and missed. The count will go full. Thomas trying to wrap up the first inning. Will miss for ball 4, and he walks Daniel Withers. Withers gets on. Docs will have runners at first and third with 2 down. It'll be Evan Corbin to try and see if he can knock in a run. Corbin, a no decision on the mound in game 1, his first at-bat of the day. First pitch swinging, pops it up, could be playable first base side. It is. It's caught by first baseman Caden Vance, and the Doc Stewarts will leave 2 runners on base here in the first inning. They threaten but cannot come through. No runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, 2 runners left on base. 3-0 our scores. We go to the top of the second inning. Doc Stewart's trailing to Humboldt on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Starting the second inning, Rogan Gans at the plate, takes outside for ball one as Colton Sywell will try to settle into this game. He gets a swing and a miss to even up the count. Docs Baseball today brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. A 1-1 pitch in the air right side. It's going to be Jalen Riddle, the second baseman. It's there for the catch to retire Rogan Gans. Start things here in the second inning. One away. Daniel Osborne, the 9-hitter, will get a chance to step in against Sywell before we send it back to the top of the order. The first pitch offered on a bunt for strike one. The 0-1 pitch for Sywell. Ground ball, third base side. Withers waits, makes the quick catch, but he airmails it to first. It gets by. Collins will go track it down, and the runner will hold at first base. And Daniel Osborne gets on with the throwing error. For the Doc Stewarts, their first error here in game two. And after playing real clean early on in game one, Docs have been a little sloppy with the baseball here as of late. Pitch outside, runner going behind the dish. Burke can't come up with the throw to second. So into second base safely will go Osborne. Man in scoring position with one away. Oh! And I think that caught the ear guard on the helmet there for Rogan Bodie. And he will get on safely. It'll be Cody Collins. Hit batter. That was a dangerous pitch there up near the head for Sywell. Bodie gets on, seems to be all right. It'll bring up Cody Collins with one away. Collins had a double to right field his first time up. He bats here with one away, and he gets hit by a pitch, and the bases are loaded. So things have not gone smoothly for Colton Sywell to start things off here today. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits, had a balk in the first inning. And now here in the second, he has hit back-to-back batters. Doc Stewart's also with an error here in this second inning, and things have definitely not gone their direction. Brief visit out to the mound for Parker Burke. Looking around defensively, Burke behind the plate. Cole Collins at first, Jalen Riddle at second. On the left side, Daniel Withers at third, Brooks Avery at short. In the outfield from left to right, Sebastian Watson, Carson Dunn, and Cade Johnson. First pitch swinging, a one-hopper to Riddle. They get one out at second. The throw to first, not in time. A run will score on safely with the fielder's choice is Ayala. And it's now 4-0 Humboldt. Docs almost got the double play they needed to get out of the inning. They only get one out of the 2. Runners on the corners. Scoring was Osborne. And Rogan Bodie goes to third. Cody Collins was out at second base. On a nice play there by Jalen Riddle to get one. They get the runner on. They're going to get a courtesy runner on for the catcher, I believe. Ayala will pick up an RBI and reaches on a fielder's choice. So 2 away. Up to bat, Caden Lee pops this one in the air. Shallow right field. Coming in, Cade Johnson will call off Jalen Riddle and makes the catch to retire the side. One more run comes in for Humboldt here in the top of the second. Caden Lee will fly out to right field for the final out. 6 hitters to the plate, 1 run on no hits, 1 Doc's error, and 2 men left on. 4-0, Humboldt in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs. Bottom of the second inning, a 4-0 lead for the Humboldt Eagles as they look to try and sweep a doubleheader here at Champion Car Wash Field. And we've got a pitching change already for the Humboldt Eagles. Just 1 inning of work for Ethan Thomas, and I didn't notice, felt like there was some scuttlebutt going on there in the last half inning, and I wonder, do we get a new catcher? No, Ayala is back behind the plate still. So I was wondering maybe if that had been part of the change, but Ethan Thomas goes 1 inning. We get a new man. It's a lefty on the mound for Humboldt. Jalen Riddle will be the first man to face him. He bunted that one. It is foul. And the bunt attempt, Humboldt trying to say that ball hit Jalen Riddle when he was out of the box. It looked like it bounced up, hit him, bounced again, then came up and hit him as he was out of the box a second time. As he swings and misses for strike 2. Jalen Riddle falls behind 0-2 against the new man on the mound. We'll get you the identity here in a second. The 0-2 pitch is high, a 1-2 count for Jalen Riddle. That is Baumlin on the mound. Misses outside, 2-2 count. So Willie Baumlin will take over. His 2-2 pitch to Jalen Riddle. Lifted in the air left side, on the run. Diving attempt in foul territory. The catch is made. Out in left field, Cody Collins will come up with the play in foul territory. 1 out, Cade Johnson will bat. Johnson will be the second batter to face the new man. Low and outside, he takes for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch fouled back by Johnson, a 1-1 count. So Willie Baumlin
takes over for Ethan Thomas, who goes 1 inning. Pitch outside, 2-1 count, 1 inning. Gave up 2 hits, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts in his 1 inning of work. And I'm not sure. Pitch misses, 3 balls and a strike now for Cade Johnson with 1 out, nobody on. The 3-1 pitch is golfed towards center field, charging in. The catch not made. There's a new center fielder. Osborne is on the bench. So taking over in center field is Gans. Just trying to see if I can figure out if maybe we could tell what happened to Ethan Thomas and why he maybe is out of the game so quickly. That'll be a base hit there for Cade Johnson on a ball that just died in shallow center field. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Sebastian Watson. So we got a new right fielder. Back pick down to first, not in time. 2-0 count for Watson. So Ethan Thomas moved to right field. So he stayed in the game. He didn't come out. But he goes to right field. There's a strike across for Baumlin. The 2-1 pitch is fouled away. 2-2 count for Sebastian Watson. So the new man on the mound, Willie Baumlin, will probably take over in the 9 spot in the lineup card for Daniel Osborne. It's a ground ball down the line at third. Picked up, throw across the diamond. Did it get there in time? No. It takes a couple of hops as it trickles into first. Lee with the long throw across the Vance did a good job of getting it there on target, but he just didn't have enough behind it as Sebastian Watson will beat out the infield single on a ball right down the line. Fielded nicely by Lee at third, but his throw long way across the diamond, not in time. So Baumlin has given up a couple of singles with 1 out. He delivers in to Parker Burke, who pops it up on the infield. They're calling the possible infield fly rule, and that one is caught by the shortstop. Bodie will come away with it as Parker Burke, on the first pitch he sees of the day, flies out for the second out. Docks with runners at first and second, and 2 away. We'll head to the top of the order. Brooks Avery will bat. He is 1 for 1 in the game. An opportunity for the Docks here to try and get on the board, trailing 4-0. Pitch bounces in, scooped nicely behind the plate by Ayala. One-0 count for Avery. Line drive gets into shallow center field. A base hit coming around to score. The throw to third, not in time. Up to second base will go Avery. Johnson will score for the Doc Stewarts, who get on the board with a 2-out base hit by Brooks Avery. Avery will have the first RBI of the game for the Docs. Johnson scores from second. Sebastian Watson goes first to third. Docs have runners at second and third. 1 run in, 2 away. And now it's Cole Collins. That RBI brought to you by BTB Moving, providing labor services for your next move. Get in touch with them on Facebook at BTB Moving, or you can give them a call to book them now at 541-315-0122. They do have veteran and senior discounts available. 1-0 count for Cole Collins, who had a hard hit ball at short last time up. Takes outside. So some changes to the defense for the Eagles. Doc's able to put one on the board here in the second. Strike across against Collins at the knees. It looks as if that was the only change made. Pitch high, 3 balls and a strike. Baumlin falls behind. Looks like the only changes made defensively, right field went to center, the pitcher went to right field, and the new pitcher came in out of the dugout. 3-1 pitch for Baumlin. Misses outside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded with 2 away. Cole Collins drawing the 2-out walk. Carson Dunn will bat. Dunn had a single in the first against Ethan Thomas, who is now out of the game. And, he's now off the mound and in right field. First pitch bounces outside for ball 1. And a visit coming to the mound here for Coach Matt Tomlin, as he will saunter his way out of the dugout. Baumlin has struggled out there to find the strike zone. There has been an arm throwing in the bullpen. Out there, I believe, is Chase Coleman has been getting loose, and he may come in here with 2 away and a 1-0 count to Carson Dunn. They are going to make the change. Going to bring in a new pitcher here in the second inning. 1 pitching change when we started the frame, another one here in the second inning. All pitching changes are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you're considering a change, visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today or give him a call at 541-672-3301. We'll be back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
A Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance pitching change for the Humboldt Eagles. Their third man of the day is Willie Baumlin. Only goes 2/3 of the inning. In that time, he gave up 3 hits. Right now credited with just 1 run, although he is responsible for the 3 runners on base, issued 1 walk, and had no strikeouts. Carson Dunn is at the plate. He will get a chance to hit here against the new man on the mound, Chase Coleman. Coleman will take over. I'm not sure if all of the changes here for the second inning were all prompted strictly because Daniel Osborne maybe needed to come out of the game, but he was the man that was lifted for the changes here in the second. A 1-0 pitch to Dunn is high, as Coleman inherited the 3 runners on base, but also a 1-0 count against Carson Dunn, the 3-hitter in the lineup for the Docs. Working out of his windup, Coleman delivers a 2-0 pitch in for a swing and a miss. Doc Stewart's Baseball Today brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 2-1 count. Outside from Coleman. 3 balls and a strike. A walk here brings in a run. Nowhere to put Carson Dunn. He's got a 3-1 count. The pitch swung on and missed. He goes chasing well outside the zone. So it's a full count pitch here with the bases loaded. Runners will be moving. Coleman delivers in. It bounces outside for ball 4, and the Doc Stewarts will cut the deficit in half. Carson Dunn picks up an RBI, brought to you by BTB Moving. He heads on down to first, drawing the walk. Coming in to score was Sebastian Watson. Brooks Avery goes to third. Cole Collins to second. So good speed on the bases for the Docs here. As up to bat, Daniel Withers, who walked his first time up. He'll take a pitch well above the head for ball one. 2 away here in this afternoon affair. The 1-0 pitch. Withers fouls that one back. Doc Stewart's trying to make a rally in this one. Withers gets behind one out towards center field. And out there now, Gans will come up with the play to finish things off in the second inning. The Doc Stewarts will get 2 runs in the second inning on 3 hits. There were no errors for the Eagles and 3 men left on base. 4-2 our scores. We go to the top of the third inning on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Game 2 of today's doubleheader between the Doc Stewarts and the Humboldt Eagles. American Legion Baseball for you here on the score. Colton Sywell on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. Misses low for ball 1 against Caden Vance, who will bat for a 2nd time in the contest. A 1-0 pitch, missing low, 2 balls, no strikes. Today's ball game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Low again for Sywell, and he falls behind 3-0 here against the 5-hitter. The 3-0 pitch, grounder, the green light on the 3-0. The long throw across the diamond by Daniel Withers will get him. And on a 3-0 strike across, Caden Vance apparently got the green light, or thought he had the green light one way or the other. He grounds out for the first out here in the 3rd. 1 away. Ethan Thomas stands in. He's 1 for 1 with a single to right field. Takes a strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 pitch, going to do it again. Same thing he did the last time he was up. A liner out to right field, on with a long single. The ball goes all the way to second. And so Ethan Thomas, who's now the right fielder, gets on with his 2nd hit of the ball game. He is 2 for 2. 1 on, 1 away. First pitch misses high for ball 1 to Matt Letter. No on-deck hitter at the moment. I believe it's going to be Gans that's scheduled to hit. A 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. A 1-1 count here for Matt Letter. There is an arm throwing out in the bullpen right now. I believe that is Cody Collins. Runner going as the ball is belted out towards left field. That one just goes into foul territory down that left field side for strike 2. So back to first will go Thomas. We do get a new batter coming up in the next spot. Heading to the on-deck circle is Chase Coleman. One ball, 2 strikes here to Matt Letter. It's going to go up the middle this time, out to center field with a base hit. Jumping to get to that baseball, Carson Dunn. Back-to-back singles. Going up the middle, right side for the last 2 batters against Colton Sywell. First and second, and we will get a new batter in this 8th spot. Chase Coleman will bat. Coleman was the pitcher to finish things off in the bottom of the second. So I didn't catch, I guess maybe Gans came out of the game maybe to give way for the new pitcher, and maybe that meant that Baumlin stayed in the game defensively somewhere. We'll have to double check everything when we come back in the bottom of the 3rd. And there is the arm throwing out in the bullpen. That is Cody Collins out there, the big righty. So Chase Coleman bats here in the 8th spot, his first at-bat here in Game 2. Takes the first pitch from Colton Sywell for a strike. Doc Stewart's have Drew Camp throwing in their bullpen right now. Warming up here this afternoon. Can feel it here in the booth. Things are getting toasty. The 0-1 pitch misses low. Waiting on deck. I believe that is Baumlin that is batting in the 9 spot for Daniel Osborne. So he must have stayed in the game defensively after coming off the mound. Ball fouled away. Strike 2 for Coleman. A 1-2 count against Colton Sywell. Trying to get all these changes straightened out here for Humboldt as they were mixing things up there in that 3rd inning. Another foul ball. Coleman stays alive against Sywell. A 4-2 ball game. Docs with 2 runs in the bottom of the 2nd to get back into this one. Still some work to do, but they at least were able to get on the board. And now Colton Sywell, he only gave up 1 run in the 2nd inning. He's looking for his first shutout inning of the day, but he's got runners at 1st and 2nd with just 1 out. Strikeout here would be big for him if he can notch it against Chase Coleman. Quick visit out to the mound for Parker Burke. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball to 3rd. Withers goes to 2nd for 1, and they get the out at 2nd base on the transition out of the glove. Jalen Riddle drops it, so he only gets 1. Up to 3rd will go Thomas. Out at 2nd was Letter. 2 away, and Chase Coleman is on with the fielder's choice. That brings up now Willie Baumlin, the left-handed batter. His first at-bat here in Game 2. Runner going, the throw down to 2nd base. Runner's going to try and come home. They'll get the run, but the tag applied. They'll get the out, but the run will count. So Humboldt will get 1 as they tried to force the issue with the runners on the corners. They get 1 run in, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. It is 5-2 as the Eagles will grab the advantage, or hold on and extend their advantage. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Chase Coleman will stay in the game for the Humboldt Eagles as he will face Evan Corbin, Jalen Riddle, and Cade Johnson in the bottom of the third. A 3-run advantage once again for the Eagles. They led 3-0 at the end of one. They were up 4-0 after the top of the second. Docs got 2 runs in the bottom of the second, but the Eagles able to score 1 before that final tag made to finish off the top of the third inning to extend it back to a 3-run lead. First pitch to Evan Corbin misses high for ball 1 as we welcome him back here to Champion Car Wash Field on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces. The 1-1, breaking ball high. Get a chance at a legal ID here in just a moment as we are into the 2 o'clock hour. The 2-1 pitch outside and low, 3-1. Evan Corbin at the plate is 0 for 1. He flew out to first base back in the first inning. Hits one down the line, foul. And he'll have a full count as he returns back to the plate. 3-2. Docs trying to earn a split here at home against Humboldt today after losing game 1 6-2. The 3-2 pitch. Corbin loses his bat. That one goes a roller towards short. Bodie comes up with it and will get Evan Corbin at first base. That bat went all the way to the coach's box down the third base line. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Docs Baseball on The Score.
Now batting number 6, Jalen Riddle.
One away for Chase Coleman as he faces Jalen Riddle. He hits one up the middle. It's knocked down, recover, throw to first, not in time. Jalen Riddle will get in safely to first base on a bobble at short by Rogan Bodie. That'll go down as E6, second error of the game for Humboldt. Man on, Docs need him however they can get him here midway through this second game, a 7-inning contest. One on, one away. Cade Johnson will bat. He had a single, his first at-bat. That came against Willie Baumlin in the second inning. Fouls off the pitch for strike 1. Baumlin came in and pitched 2/3 of that second inning before he exited the game. He gets credited with the 2 runs that have scored for the Docs. The 0-1 pitch bounces in front of the plate. Johnson a 1-1 count. So those were 2 earned runs against Willie Baumlin. So far, nobody has pitched more than 1 inning for the Eagles here in the second game. Outside, 2-1 count for Johnson. Cade Johnson scored the first run of the game for the Doc Stewarts. Back in the second. Runner going, throw down to second base, won't get there. In fact, rolls into center field. Is on to second base goes Jalen Riddle. So Riddle will steal 90 feet, puts himself into scoring position. A 3-1 count at the plate for Cade Johnson. Ayala behind the plate made that throw down to second look so casual. 3-1 pitch with Riddle at second and 1 away. Johnson, line drive towards the alley and left center. That's going to score Riddle. Docs will get 1 back. Johnson heading for second. He might have a chance to try and go for more. He's rounding, heading for third. The throw coming in to third, not in time. And Cade Johnson with a run-scoring triple gets the Docs on the board here in the third. And he is 90 feet from home with just 1 out. RBI there for Cade Johnson, brought to you by BTB Moving. He found the alley in left center for the 3-bagger. And let me tell you, feels like those are usually to the right side of the diamond. Don't get a lot of those to the left side, but that ball well struck, got past the outfield pretty quickly. We get a visit to the mound here, and I think we're getting a defensive change coming up for the Eagles as they continue to adjust their lineup card. This is why you bring a pencil to the baseball game. We'll go ahead and take a 60-second break. When we come back, we'll get you caught up with all the latest on the movement for the Eagles. Doc Stewart's get a run in. They trail 5-3 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
New man on the mound for the Humboldt Eagles will be Cody Collins. He takes over for Chase Coleman, who will go just 2/3 of an inning. It's still nobody has thrown more than one inning in this game for the Eagles so far. This change is brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you're considering a change when it comes to your insurance coverage, well, get in touch with Chris. He can help you deal with all of life's curveballs with life insurance coverage to fit your budget. Plus, coverage for your home and auto. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsurers.com for a quote today. Docs with one run in on an error and a triple here in the third. Collins will take over at second base. Now defensively is Will Mager. The rest of the defense on the infield stays the same. Vance at first, Bodie at short, Lee at third. As the first pitch swinging for Sebastian Watson will drive in another run. He'll ground out to short. Bodie will make the play across the diamond to get Watson for the second out, but scoring is Cade Johnson. And the Doc Stewarts are back within one. Bases are empty with two away. Parker Burke will bat against the new man on the mound. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner. The outfield, trying to get you updated on who's where in the outfield. The 0-1 pitch misses outside, a 1-1 count. Collins will deliver the 1-1. Ground ball up the middle for Burke, gets in, and he's on safely. His first hit of the day. And the Doc Stewarts will keep things moving here in the third inning. They've scored twice. They've got the game-tying run on at first. It'll be Jace Johnson to come on and run for the catcher. Courtesy runner on. Back to the top of the order, Brooks Avery. First pitch to Avery misses. Avery is 2 for 2 in the game. He had the first hit of the ball game, which is always brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. The 1-0 pitch. He takes high and inside from Collins. Two balls, no strikes. On at first base is Jace Johnson running for Parker Burke, who had a 2-out single. Avery will take high, 3-0 count to the leadoff hitter. So we told you Will Mager came in. He is playing at second base defensively. Matt Letter went from second to right field. Willie Baumlin had stayed in the game after pitching 2/3 of an inning. He's in center. And Ethan Thomas, who started the game as the pitcher, first pitcher of the game for Humboldt, he's now in left field. He's been a pitcher, he's been the right fielder, now he's in left field. Strike on the 3-0 pitch to Brooks Avery. Cody Collins, 3-1 delivery. Avery pops it up out towards right center. Calling for it is Baumlin, and the lefty will make the catch. And that will finish things off in the third. Doc Stewart's threatened to tie this one up, but they do get 2 runs back. They trail 5-4 as we go to the top of the third inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Starting the top of the fourth inning, Doc Stewart's trailing 5-4 against the visiting Humboldt Eagles. They've rallied their way to get back in this one after being down 4-0. On the mound, Colton Sywell still pitching for the Docs. At the plate, Willie Baumlin fouls off a pitch for strike one. He's got the 1-1 count in his first at-bat here in Game 2. Today's ball game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Baumlin fouls off another pitch. He's got a 1-2 count, batting in the 9 spot on the lineup card. Out of the windup, Sywell gets a swing and a miss for strike 3, 1 away. That strikeout brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. First strikeout for Sywell in the contest. Top of the order, Bodie will bat. He is 0 for 1. Bodie was hit by a pitch his last time up. He takes a strike at the knees on the outer half. Bodie was hit by a pitch. One of back-to-back batters hit by a pitch by Colton Sywell back in the second inning. He fouls off one sharply there. It is an 0-2 count for the leadoff man with 1 away. He pops one up. Playable in foul territory. Burke sheds the helmet. He will make the catch in foul territory. Parker Burke comes up with a play behind home. 2 down, and Cody Collins, now the pitcher for the Eagles, will bat. Temperatures climbing down there. The misters are on in the dugout for the Eagles, and maybe that could be partly why they've had to make changes quickly and early on the mound. See some guys starting to shed some of their layers as the afternoon temperatures rises, and on this turf it gets pretty warm out there as the first pitch fouled away by Cody Collins. .77 degrees right now here in Roseburg. So breaking ball popped up right side. Going to carry out to right field. Cade Johnson playing out there will make the catch, and the Docs get a 1-2-3 top of the fourth inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Doc Stewart's looking to try and see if they can tie or take the lead. They trail 5-4 on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Doc Stewart's trying to rally against the Humboldt Eagles. The Eagles rallied late in game one for the win. Docs are looking to return the favor. Cody Collins out there still throwing for the Eagles. As we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field, today's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. Appreciate all of the listeners and family, or the fans watching for the Humboldt Eagles that are joining us for today. Appreciate them sharing our link to the video stream on their Facebook page. The video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. We'll be up in Corvallis starting Thursday for the Doc Stewart's playing in the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we'll have coverage of all 4 games on the video stream and on the radio. So look forward to that here coming up. Starting off the fourth inning for the Doc Stewarts will be Cole Collins against Cody Collins. And I'm surprised it took me this long to make that mix-up on their 2 names here to start out the bottom of the fourth inning. I called Cody Collins Cole Collins, but I caught it right away. Cole Collins out of Oakland High School. The 1-0 pitch is high. Learned a lot about this young man. I was working on some of our content on the website, 541radio.com, where you can head to Doc Central to get a lot of details about this Doc Stewart's baseball team. There's a strike on the outside corner to Collins. But we've got every player now has a player bio page up there online and their photos, so we've got all of that stuff caught up. So breaking ball misses inside for Cole Collins, a 3-1 count. But Collins is one of the new guys on the team this year, so I had to make a new page for him and found out that not only was he named the 2A, 1A Special District 5 Player of the Year, he also earned first-team All-League and All-State honors. As a strike on the 3-1 pitch, he's got a full count. Cole was selected to play for the East team in the 3A, 2A, 1A All-Star Baseball Series this summer. We've mentioned that before. He was the outstanding pitcher in that series. He fouls one right side out of play. It's headed towards my truck out that way. Did find this little tidbit during the high school baseball season. Cole Collins batted .443 for the Okers, had 26 runs scored, 14 RBI, 8 double, 28 stolen bases. He's going to take strike 3. Goes down looking as I was trying to pump all of his accolades. He really was an outstanding pitcher this year, though. Cole Collins had a 7-2 record, 54 innings, had a .78 ERA, 124 strikeouts in 54 innings, only 30 walks for Collins with the Okers. So that's pretty cool. All that information's on his player bio page. Is a pitch behind the head of Carson Dunn. He has a 1-0 count. So you can head to 541radio.com. You can then go to the score homepage, and you'll find Doc Central as a bunt attempt is fouled away by Dunn. He has got a 1-1 count. 541radio.com. Head to the score homepage. You'll find Doc Central, and you can find things like the roster, the player bios, the schedule, results, standings, game stories. And on those player bio pages, you'll find the player interviews that we do throughout the season. We've gotten a few of them up there. We've got a few to get up there, but I'll have some time while I'm in Corvallis. We'll get that all updated here in the coming days. It's another foul ball for Carson Dunn. Gives him a 1-2 count. with 1 out, nobody on here in the 4th. And we'll continue to get those player interviews done throughout the rest of the season. Braxton Dill was our interview guest today. Dunn, a line drive to left field, gets on with 1 out. Game-tying run on base for the Doc Stewarts here in the 4th. So hopefully everybody is finding that information there online. First and foremost, I feel like I put a lot of work into it, so I hope you guys find it, because that's what I'm doing it for, is for you guys to find that information. And also, it's a lot of just recognizing what these young men that are on the Doc Stewart's baseball team have done throughout their careers, and we like to be able to pump them up. A ball flown out towards center field is caught. Daniel Withers will fly out for a second time to center field. And there's 2 down here in the 4th inning. That'll bring up Evan Corbin to face Cody Collins for the first time. With 2 down and a man at first, the Doc Stewart's chances of trying to tie this one up here in the 4th inning they're starting to dwindle. But it's never 0 until that 3rd out is made. Corbin's first pitch from Collins, time called before Collins got into his motion, and as he started to go, Carson Dunn at first started running. He got a great jump, but Corbin called time at the plate, and that paused everything. So back to first goes Dunn, back onto the rubber goes Collins, and a pickoff throw to first bounces in. Vance able to scoop that one up and keep it from getting by. Evan Corbin still waiting on his first pitch. The runner is going. Throw was high and inside. Throw to second base, gets away. Dunn thought about maybe trying to take third, but he'll wisely stay at second. A 1-0 count for Evan Corbin, now with a man in scoring position. Second stolen base in this game for Carson Dunn, who is really racking up the stolen bases this season. A 1-0 pitch for Corbin. He takes high and away. Runner going again. Dunn will once again catch Humboldt snapping on the throw back to the mound. Dunn gets his way to third base. A 2-0 count for Evan Corbin. He's got back-to-back stolen bases there. 3-0 count now for Corbin. The 3-0 pitch. Corbin hits one out towards the alley in left center. That's going to tie the ball game up as Corbin is heading for second base. He's got to get there. He will. Standing up into second base. Evan Corbin on the 3-0 pitch squares this one at 5-all. Corbin, his first hit of the game, drives in the game-tying run with a double. That extra base hit and that RBI is brought to you by BTB Moving. You can find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. In the dirt, ball 1 to Jalen Riddle, who will bat with the go-ahead run, now in scoring position. 5-5 contest. Doc Stewart's, they were making up for only having 2 hits in game 1. They are out-hitting the Eagles here in game 2. Ball popped up for Riddle, shallow right field. Letter coming in, and he will make the catch to retire the side. But the Doc Stewarts, thanks to some aggressive base running by Carson Dunn and a double by Evan Corbin, tie it up here in the 4th. 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and the 1 man left on base. We are squared up through 4 innings of play. Docs rally back. We head to the top of the 5th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
A call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance. It'll be Drew Camp to take over on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. The lefty will come in for Colton Sywell, who goes 4 innings, gave up 5 runs on 5 hits, only 4 earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, and 2 hit batters. Cole Ayala will bat to lead things off for the Humboldt Eagles in a tie ball game. So for Colton Sywell, he will exit with a no decision. And Drew Camp will send the first pitch to the backstop for ball 1. Drew Camp, the left-hander out of South Umpqua High School, was just a sophomore. Gets a ground ball foul down the third base side for a 1-1 count against Ayala, who is 0 for 2 in the game with an RBI and a run scored. Drew Camp making his second appearance. He's only thrown 1 1/3 inning here this summer. His 1-1 pitch misses low. Camp, 1 start, no wins, no losses. He gave up 5 runs in his inning and a third in that 1 start. Gets a fly ball to center field. Carson Dunn is there. He'll make the catch to retire Ayala to start things off here in the 5th. So just 1 inning and a third worked for Camp. Those 5 runs were all earned runs. So as you might expect, his number is a little high. 33.75 is ERA. He's looking to bring that number down just a hair. He's got 1 out to start things off here in the 5th inning. Fires in a first pitch strike 1 against Caden Lee, who had a triple to the right center field alley back in the first, drove in a run, eventually came around to score. The 0-1 pitch from the lefty is low. Doc Stewart's making that change for Drew Camp for Colton Sywell. As far as I can tell, looks like the only defensive change that was made. Camp gets a foul ball popped out of play by Lee for strike 2. And activity again in the bullpen for the Eagles. They have been going through them out there. Coming in to throw in the bullpen is Rogan Bodie. Low and inside, the sweeping breaking ball there by Drew Camp. Ends up curling right around the shins for Caden Lee. He's got a 2-2 count. Check swing, and he holds off on ball 3. Full count with 1 out, nobody on here in the 5th inning for the Eagles. Tie ball game 5-5. Ball fouled away, stays a 3-2 count. Today's game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Book your travel plans with their travel experts. Give them a call at 672-5701. Another foul ball for Lee, and he stays alive with the 3-2 count. Docs will have tomorrow off before they return to action on Thursday in Corvallis. There is ball 4 for Lee. He draws the walk on the full count pitch. 1 on, 1 away. Caden Vance will bat. He is grounded out twice to third baseman Daniel Withers. So Withers will be prepared here for a possible ground ball his way and see if the Doc Stewarts can try and turn 2. Drew Camp, the lefty on the mound, will deliver home. Ground ball right side this time. Diving stop by Jalen Riddle. Gets up, throws to first. Collins there, and a big play for Jalen Riddle. Riddle comes up with the diving stop at second base to make the second out. Up to second base did go Caden Lee, but the Doc Stewarts are able to get one out of that. And a big play defensively for Riddle. 2 down. Ethan Thompson now batting. He is 2 for 2 in the ball game. Ethan Thomas, I think I called him Thompson. Thomas will stand in a couple of singles. He has scored a run. A visit out to the mound for Parker Burke. Make sure that both Burke and Camp are on the same page on calling the pitches. 5-5 ball game here in the 5th inning. All set to go here for Camp against Thomas. The first pitch, low and inside. Thomas picks up the back foot. Keep it out of the way of that pitch coming in from the lefty. In the ball game, 5 runs on 5 hits and 2 errors committed by Humboldt. Doc Stewart's 5 runs on 9 hits and 1 error in the matchup. The 1-0 pitch grounded towards short. Brooks Avery, routine ground ball to him. Routine toss across the diamond to Cole Collins. And the Doc Stewarts get a scoreless frame up against the Humboldt Eagles here in the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Eagles. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Doc Stewarts in a tie ball game with Humboldt, looking to try and grab the lead for the first time this afternoon. On 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Bottom of the 5th inning here on the Score. Joey Keyran with you. Doc Stewart's trying to split against Humboldt. Didn't start out their way in this one, but they have rallied their way back. Feel like they've got a little bit of momentum brewing. As Cade Johnson, Sebastian Watson, and Parker Burke will try to lead things off against Cody Collins on the right foot. A 1-0 count for Cade Johnson, who is 2 for 2 in this game. He's got a single and a triple. He's got an RBI and 2 runs scored. A 1-0 pitch. That ball belted in the air out towards right center. Long run for everybody. The center fielder tracking it down. Baumlin will get there in time. It's Johnson apparently starting to feel it a little bit. He got around on that one. Just didn't quite get the launch angle he needed. There's one away for Sebastian Watson, who will dig in. Doc's Baseball brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or give them a call at 541-459-1545. Low and outside for ball 1 to Sebastian Watson. Watson a single in the 2nd, scored a run, had an RBI ground out in the 3rd. He takes a strike. Doc Stewart's 9 hits in this one. The 1-1 swung on and missed. So quite a change of pace from game 1, where the Docs only had 2 hits. Humboldt only had 5 in game 1, so neither team was really smashing the ball all that much. Ground ball towards short, booted, and on safely is Watson. Out at short, Bodie playing there. Couldn't field it cleanly right at him. That'll be the third error of the ball game for the Eagles. Man on at first with one out. Again, Docs will take them any way they can get them. That's how the third inning started. A one-out error on a ground ball to short. And the Docs would end up with 2 runs in that third inning. Parker Burke batting. He had a single his last time up. Tries to push bunt down the first base side. Fouls it off. Just got a piece of that one for strike 1. When we get done on the radio here today, we will join in progress, the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano. Stick around for that. Coming up here this afternoon for you. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Not sure. I know Humboldt is hanging around town here tonight. Not sure what they've got planned, but they could stick around here near the ballpark for music on the half shell coming up tonight. Runner going from first. The throw missed outside. Throw to second base in time to get Watson. On the 0-2 pitch just outside. 1-2 count for Burke, but nobody on base now for the Doc Stewarts. Burke will reach and foul off the 1-2 pitch. Stays alive. Music on the half shell. Opening night coming up tonight. Honestly, I don't even know who's playing, but we got our blanket set out there, knowing that I'm going to get done with baseball in time to be able to make it tonight. Ground ball, third base side. That's a foul ball down the third base line, and boy, that looked like it hopped right over the bag from here. And the fans are going to let the crew know about that one. Coach Savage is going to come out of the dugout. I don't know if there's a way that they can overturn that call. But Coach Savage is going to try to argue the case. Back to the plate comes Parker Burke. He takes in the dirt outside, 2-2 count. So Burke, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, nobody on base. He got just a piece of that one on the outside corner, stays alive. Docs Baseball brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car, it can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda where they treat you like family because they are family. The 2-2 pitch, high. Full count coming up for Burke, the 9-hitter. Line drive to left field. Bounces one time to Ethan Thomas. And a 2-out single for Burke. He's got 2 hits in the ball game. Burke will get on. Here comes Jace Johnson to run for the catcher. And the Docs with 2 outs get a man on at first. Once again, the go-ahead run on base here in the 5th inning. Top of the order, Brooks Avery trying to get a 2-out rally going. Avery is 2 for 3 in the game with an RBI and a pair of doubles. Excuse me, a pair of singles. First pitch for Cole Collins. Ground ball up the middle. Knocked down, play to first. Not there. The first baseman pulled his foot off the bag, expecting that ball was getting through. Credit to Rogan Bodie for making a play on that one. He went up the middle. He knocked it down with the glove. It bounced back up to him. He stayed with it, made a great throw to first. Might have been able to get the play, but the first baseman stepped off the bag expecting that he was going to have to go cover somewhere defensively. And since he didn't have his foot on the bag as he received that baseball, Avery on safely. So Avery on, I'm going to give his 3rd hit of the game there. First pitch out towards center field for Carson Dunn. Turning and coming up with a catch at the last second. Willie Baumlin out there got twisted up and nearly overran the play. but it drops into the glove. I said Carson Dunn. That was Cole Collins at the plate. Flies out for the final out. Doc Stewart's had runners at first and second, but cannot come through here in the bottom of the fifth. We go to the top of the sixth inning. It's tied 5-5 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We go to the top of the sixth inning. Doc Stewart's and the Humboldt Eagles all squared at 5 apiece. On the mound, the lefty Drew Camp will get his second inning of work. He'll face Matt Letter to lead things off. Letter, first pitch swinging, lines one to right field to get things started here in the sixth. Leadoff single, Letter his second hit of the game, and he is on. Welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field. Today's game brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. That'll bring up number 9, which is Will Mager, who bats here in the 8th spot in the lineup. He's the third batter to use this spot on the lineup card. Mager now playing at second base. The 1-0 pitch, fouled away. Mager, first at bat here in game 2. He was 1 for 3 in game 1 with an RBI. He's batting here with nobody out and a runner at first. The throw to first base is not going to be there for the lefty Drew Camp. One delivery here for Camp. Slapped right side, drops in for a base hit. Cade Johnson will come up throwing, and into third base, the runner from first, Matt Letter, gets 2 bases out of that. Single to right field for Will Mager. Runners on the corners, and just like that, Humboldt is threatening to retake the lead in this one. It'll be the 9-hitter, Willie Baumlin. Baumlin struck out swinging against Colton Sywell his first time up. This will be his first chance to face Drew Camp. Lefty versus lefty matchup. That ball popped up. Could be playable behind home. Burke sliding. Didn't come up with it. So it'll be a foul ball behind home. Burke almost came up with that play, sliding into the backstop. It looked like he was a bit frustrated with himself on not making the play. Nobody out, runners on the corners. Again, a bunt laid down. It goes third base side. Withers will throw to first. They get the out there. So the sack bunt moves 1 runner up, but not 2. Staying at third was Matt Letter. 1 away. Mager makes his way to second base. Top of the order, Rogan Bodie will bat against lefty Drew Camp. Bodie and Cody Collins, who waits on deck, the last 2 batters to see Camp for the first time. First pitch fouled back for strike 1. 0-1 count with one away in the top of the 6th inning. Drew Camp trying to keep this game tied. The 0-1 pitch is fouled away by Bodie. He's got the 0-2 count against him. 6th inning here, late stages. This is where Humboldt made their move in game 1, breaking a 2-2 tie. We are tied 5-5 here in game 2. The 0-2 pitch inside. Spinning out of the way there. Bodie stays at the dish. At third base is Matt Letter. At second base, Will Mager. One away. Ground ball fouled by Bodie. He stays at the dish. Stays with the 1-2 count. Doc Stewart's a strikeout here would be big for Drew Camp. Defense playing in. The 1-2. Chopper towards third. Withers throws to the plate. The tag applied out at home. A bounding ball to third. Bodie gets on with the fielder's choice, but thrown out at home is Matt Letter as Daniel Withers fields and gets the throw there in time. Parker Burke sliding to his left, reaching back to his right to make the tag. There's 2 down, runners on the corners, and a visit out to the mound now for Coach Eric Savage. Stays a 5-5 ball game on some defense there for the Doc Stewarts. Mager makes his way to third, and Bodie on at first with the fielder's choice, and Coach Savage wants to go out there to make sure the team knows what they want to try to do here with runners on the corners defensively. Today's ball game brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. So Drew Camp trying to get through things here in the 6th inning. Got some help from the defense. Looking for one more out as he faces Cody Collins with 2 outs and runners at first and third. It will be Collins, who is 1 for 2 today, a double, and he's been hit by a pitch. That double came on a ground ball on the right side that just took an extra hop and trickled into right field past Jalen Riddle there at second. Just took a springy hop off this turf that he caught him off guard there. First pitch high for ball 1 by Camp. At first base, Rogan Bodie. Time called by Burke. He's going to try to, the whole point is that I don't know what he's signaling, but he steps in front of home to signal the infield. Maybe they change what they had initially set up after the meeting on the mound. A ball fouled away. 1-1 count for Cody Collins here in a big moment in the game for Drew Camp as he tries to pitch the Docs through the top of the 6th. Tied at 5-5. A 1-1 pitch. The delivery from Camp. Slaps right side. That ball foul down the right field line. Just by a hair down that right field side. That ball just barely made it into foul territory. Looked like trouble right off the bat there for the Doc Stewarts. But Cody Collins has to go back to the plate after just missing on what would have been the go-ahead base knock. Camp, a 1-2 pitch coming up to Collins. Needs one more out to get through the top of the 6th. The runner going. The pitch is high. No throw by Burke behind the plate. So Camp, a 2-2 count. Now 2 men in scoring position. The wind now starting to blow out to right field. The 2-2 fouled away. Camp challenged him. Collins couldn't quite square it up. Stays alive with the 2-2 pitch. Go ahead run at third with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Camp's 2-2 pitch Ground ball, third base side's gonna get in. A run will score. That goes between short and third, splits the difference. Cody Collins with a defensive swing gives the Eagles the lead once again. I don't know if just off the bat there that maybe Daniel Withers at third didn't quite recognize exactly where that ball was going. He kind of seemed like he stutter-stepped out there and wasn't sure which direction he should be going. And that ball got past him and Brooks Avery at short. Neither had a chance to get to it. So an RBI for Cody Collins, and it is now 6-5 Humboldt in front as the ball fouled away as the runner was taking off from first. Scoring was Will Mager. He comes in. Rogan Bodie at third. Cody Collins at first. An 0-1 count at the plate for Cole Ayala. 2 down. It's now a 1-run lead once again for Humboldt. The 0-1 pitch popped up, out of play. That'll be strike 2 for Ayala. Camp is 1 strike from getting out of things here in the 6th once again. The runner takes off from first. They throw to second. Avery watching. It's going to try to run the runner back to third. He'll get back. The runner's off at first still. Withers is going to watch him go back, and after all of that, nothing will happen. Out at first base, Cody Collins was trying to see if he could find a way for Rogan Bodie to score. The pitch in, strike 3. Frozen at the plate was Ayala, and he goes down looking. A big strikeout for Drew Camp to finish things off here in the 6th inning. It's a Mountain Mike's Pizza strikeout. Mountain Mike's Pizza, the way it ought to be. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Docs, though, do give up the lead. They need 1 to tie, 2 to take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Colorcraft. They're a paint store, not a paint department. Check them out at their new location off of Garden Valley Boulevard near Waldron's Outdoor Sports and One Champion Plaza. That's Colorcraft. It is a 1-run ball game, 6-5. Back in front is Humboldt, as the Eagles will try to pull off the sweep here. Doc Stewart's looking to rally late and try and get a split. New man on the mound for the Eagles. A pitching change brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. It will be Rogan Bodie on the mound to take over for Cody Collins. Collins had the longest outing of the day for the Eagles pitchers here in Game 2. Try to take a look at all the rest of the changes. The first pitch fouled off by Carson Dunn to start things here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll have a new shortstop. That is Thomas, who has moved to short. Ball chopped towards third base. Throw across the diamond will get Carson Dunn. as Lee will make that play from third. First time today that Carson Dunn will not reach base here in game 2 of our doubleheader. So one out. It'll bring up Daniel Withers. Withers will take low for ball 1. Bodie on the mound. Thomas moves in from left field to take over at shortstop. As Bodie misses low and outside, a 2-0 count to Withers. Collins takes over in left for Thomas. 2 balls and a strike for Daniel Withers, who is 0 for 2 in the game. He's flown out to center field his last 2 at-bats. He chases a breaking ball low and outside. 2-2. The 2-2 pitch here for Rogan Bodie. Time called before he gets into his windup. Pitch in the dirt, swing and a miss on the drop third strike, down to first base. The throw goes, and Withers will strike out against Bodie. 2 down. That'll bring up Evan Corbin. Doc Stewart's had been hitting well. They had a hit in every inning. They're looking to try and make sure that they don't stop that streak here in the 6th, but I would have probably preferred to have done it before they had 2 outs against them. A strike taken by Evan Corbin. The 0-1 pitch, high and inside for Corbin, 1-1 count. So Cody Collins goes 2 2/3 innings. Only pitcher to go more than an inning in this game for the Eagles, as a fastball is fouled back by Corbin. Gave up 5 hits, did Collins. The 1-2 grounder up the middle, scooped up by Thomas, throws it to first just in time to get Corbin. Ooh, that was real close at first. And we are heading to the 7th. Doc Stewart's go down in order for the first time here in game 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We go to the 7th, a 1-run ball game, 6-5, Humboldt in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Another pitching change brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. The Doc Stewarts will go to Sebastian Watson here in the 7th to try and keep it a 1-run ball game. Watson will take over for Drew Camp, who moves to right field. Cade Johnson goes to left field for Sebastian Watson. The breaking ball in for strike 1 for Watson against Caden Lee, the third baseman, who leads things off here in the 7th inning for the Humboldt Eagles. 1-1 count. Lee has a triple and an RBI here in game 2. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. His 1-1 pitch, another breaking ball, just misses low. 2 balls and a strike for Sebastian Watson. The 2-1. Another breaking ball, not off the mark by much there for Watson, missing just low and outside. Can't get the hitter to chase. 3-1 delivery. go to the fastball to try and work one over the plate. It's fouled off by Lee. He stays in with a 3-2 count. Sebastian Watson, 3-2 pitch. Goes to the breaking ball. That one hung up out towards left center field. That ball well hit. One hops at the base of the wall, gets away from Dunn. He'll have to chase that one back. Lee going for a triple. The throw in will get cut off. A leadoff triple for Caden Lee to start things here in the 7th. That ball just got away from Carson Dunn in center field. It hit off the base of the wall and ricocheted back behind him. He had to go chasing it down, and that is the second triple of the game for Lee. And so the defense will have to pull in with a runner at third and nobody out. Caden Vance will bat. He hits a line drive. It goes underneath the glove for Daniel Withers at third. Another run will score. And it is now a 7-5 lead for Humboldt. Nobody out. That'll be an RBI for Vance. Or will it? No, actually, I don't think it is. So I'm going to put that down as an error there at third. Squaring to bunt. That ball down the third base side. Withers fields, throws to first, and airmails it away. The runners will move up. They're going to hold Vance at third. So Ethan Thomas, who tried to lay down the sac bunt, he ends up at second on the two-bag error. And there are runners at second and third as things start falling apart a bit for the Docs here in the top of the 7th inning. One run in so far. Matt Letter will bat. It's a 2-run lead for the Eagles. First pitch, strike one on that breaking ball from Sebastian Watson. Watson with his 0-1 pitch coming up here for Letter, who is 2 for 3 in this game. He lines one to left field, and that is going to drive in another run. Still nobody out. Runners at first and third. Vance scored. Thomas goes to third base. Matt Letter with the RBI on at first with his third single of the game. That'll bring up Will Mager. Mager will face off against Watson. Mager's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored, and now he'll have an RBI as he singles again and drives in another run. First and second with nobody out. Another run scores. It's suddenly a 4-run ball game here in the 7th as 3 runs have come in. A couple of errors here in the frame for the Doc Stewarts. Watson will face the lefty Willie Bommelin. He slips trying to get out of the box. Watson checked third and eventually will get the out at first as Bommelin lays down another sac bunt. 1 away. Runners at second and third now for the Eagles with 1 down. Top of their order, Rogan Bodie will bat. First pitch to Bodie. Pops that one out to right field. Camp going back. Makes the catch. The runners tag and head 90 feet ahead. The throw goes to third. And that is an RBI sac fly. 2 down. Bodie drives in another run. It is a 5-run ball game.
Now batting number 10, Cody Collins.
Cody Collins stands in, the left fielder. 8th hitter to the plate for the Eagles here in the 7th. He puts one high in the air, out towards left center field. Long run for everybody. And that ball will one hop to the fence. It drives in a run, and Cody Collins will hold up at second base with his third hit of the game, his second double. And another run comes in for the Eagles. So it is now 11-5. 5 runs in here in the 7th. The man at second base. Breaking ball for a strike to Cole Ayala, the 9th hitter, to step up for the Eagles here in the 7th inning. The 0-1 pitch, grounder, third base side, snagged by Withers, long throw across the diamond, scooped out by Collins for the final out. That will get the Docs out of this 7th inning, which proved to be a bit disastrous. 5 runs come in for the Eagles, and the Doc Stewarts trail it 11-5. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Docs needing some offense on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Doc Stewart's their final 3 outs to try and get a split here at home against the Humboldt Eagles. They are going to need 7 runs to walk off with a win, 6 runs to try and tie it and force extras. At the plate, Jalen Riddle swings and misses at the first pitch from Rogan Bodie, who came in and pitched a 1-2-3 6th inning. He'll miss low and outside for a 1-1 count. Today's game brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine in Sutherland. They're now open for business at their new facility up there just below the golf course, so go check them out. State-of-the-art family medicine, urgent care, and lab services. 2-1 pitch from Bodie, high and inside. 3-1 count. The delivery here to Riddle, ground ball right side. Scooped up and no problem for Will Mager. 1 away. So 1 down. Docs down to their final 2 outs here in this one.
Now batting, number 1.
It will be Cade Johnson. Breaking ball drops in. Bodie works in a nice first pitch to start off the at-bat. Ground ball left side, past a couple of diving infielders. And Cade Johnson has his 3rd hit in the game. He gets himself on. 1 away, 1 on. That'll bring up Sebastian Watson. First pitch for him, Grolls it to second. They get 1 at second, throw back to first. In time to finish the ball game, and that will do it. 4-6-3 for the final outs of the contest. And so Humboldt will come to Roseburg, and they will sweep the Doc Stewarts. And the Eagles improved to 15-7-1 on the year. The Doc Stewarts will fall back below 500, going to 7-8-1 as they get ready to head to Corvallis for the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. Not necessarily the way the Doc Stewarts were hoping to see today go. They were looking to build some momentum, and that was a tough stretch there against the Eagles. In a couple of games, the Doc Stewarts were in for a good amount of those games and then give up runs late in both matchups to succumb to the Humboldt Eagles. We'll come back with your Neal Company Real Estate post-game show and recap Game 2 of today's doubleheader before we send you off on your way the rest of this Tuesday afternoon. I'm Joey Kieran, back after this timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
We welcome you in for the Neal Company Real Estate post-game show. Since 1977, their team works to provide the most efficient and effective property management and real estate services. Find available properties and rentals at nealco.com. Taking a look at the final numbers, 11 runs on 12 hits, 3 errors, and 7 men left on base for Humboldt. For the Doc Stewarts, 5 runs on 12 hits, 3 errors, and 9 men left on. Getting the win will be Cody Collins, the fourth pitcher used by the Eagles in this one. Taking the loss is going to be Drew Camp, who took over in the 5th inning for Colton Sywell. He gives up the go-ahead run in the top of the 6th. And picking up a save will be Rogan Bodie. He pitched the final 2 innings, but came into the game with it only being a 1-run lead. So he came in while it was a tight ball game, and he was able to help keep it that way help keep it Humboldt in front in this one. So a save there for Bodie as he finished out the game. And the Humboldt Eagles will come here and sweep the Doc Stewarts, winning 11-5 in Game 2 after taking Game 1 6-2. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll come back. We'll recap scoring, and we'll look at some of the offensive and pitching numbers from this one. And we'll wrap up your day here on this Tuesday afternoon. From Champion Car Wash Field, we'll take another 2.5-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, where the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts fall in a pair of games against the Humboldt Eagles. And Humboldt will stay one more night before they head to Eugene for their coming tournament. And Eugene, I am assuming that's going to be a tournament up there hosted by the Emerald Challengers at Sweet Johnson Stadium. So that looks to be where they're headed next. And as for the Doc Stewarts, they're going to try to lick their wounds here and put this behind them, and then get ready for a big tournament coming up in Corvallis, hosted by the Market Men up there, the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. That gets started on Thursday for the Docs. But Game 2 goes to Humboldt 11-5 as the Eagles bounce back after going 2-3 in the Coach K Classic down in Medford. They bounce back to get 2 wins against the Docs here today. Now, these were both competitive games early, and they were squared away late. In Game 1, it was a 2-2 ball game until the 6th inning, when Humboldt would score 1, took a lead, and then they put a crooked number on the board in the 7th for a bigger victory, 6-2. In Game 2, it was 5-5 before Humboldt scored a run in the top of the 6th, took a 1-run lead, and then put a crooked number up on the board in the 7th to pull away for a victory, 11-5. Scoring in Game 2, it was 4-0 for Humboldt after the top of the 2nd inning. Docs would get 2 runs back in the bottom of the 2nd. Humboldt added a run in the top of the 3rd to make it 5-2. Docs would get 2 back in the bottom of the 3rd. They would tie the game in the bottom of the 4th, make it 5-5. But that's where it would stay for the next couple of frames until the top of the 6th, when Humboldt would score 1 run
on a single by Cody Collins, a 2-out single by Collins to drive in the go-ahead run. And then in the 7th inning, things fell apart a bit for the Docs there as 5 runs would come in against Sebastian Watson on the mound, and that would stretch the lead out big time for the Eagles. They would win it 11-5 as the Docs unable to put anything on the board after the 4th. Getting the win was Cody Collins. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up just 1 run on 5 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. Rogan Bodie picked up the save. He went 2 innings, gave up no runs on 1 hit, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Taking the loss, Drew Camp. He goes 2 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout for Camp. Not a bad outing for him. Unfortunately, he gives up the go-ahead run, and the offense couldn't bail him out on that one. Taking a look at some of the offensive numbers for the Eagles. 0 for 3 at the top of the order with an RBI for Rogan Bodie. 3 for 4 for Cody Collins with a pair of doubles. He drives in 2 and scored a run. Cole Ayala goes 0 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Caden Lee was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and RBI. He had 2 triples. Caden Vance was 0 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Ethan Thomas goes 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored. He had 2 singles. 3 for 4 on the day for Matt Letter. He had a run scored and an RBI. He had 3 singles. Will Mager goes 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. He had 2 singles. And that is going to do it for the offense for the Eagles. On the other side for the Doc Stewarts, 3 for 4 for Brooks Avery with 3 singles and an RBI. Carson Dunn goes 2 for 3 with a run scored and RBI. He had 2 singles and a walk. Let's see here. Evan Corbin goes 1 for 4 with an RBI double. Jalen Riddle scored once, reaching on an error. Cade Johnson was 3 for 4 in the game with 2 singles and a triple. He had an RBI and scored twice. Sebastian Watson was 1 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. And Parker Burke goes 2 for 3 with a pair of singles in this one. So that is how things break down for the Doc Stewarts here today. Now we try to regroup and we'll get ourselves ready for a little bit of a road trip as we spend 4 days in Corvallis coming up starting on Thursday. As we wrap things up here for you today, we want to remember that this is the Neal Company Real Estate Postgame Show. You can find available properties and rentals at nealco.com. Going to wrap it up there. Again, if you want more details, head to 541radio.com and check out Doc Central on the Score homepage to be able to find things like the schedule, standings, info on the team, the game recaps, and plenty more. We have got it all there at Doc Central at 541radio.com on the Score homepage. It's presented by Champion Car Wash and Jiffy Lube. So there's where you'll find details on the team as we get ready to go on the road, and we will be doing that on Thursday. Want to say thanks to the Humboldt Eagles for making a stop here in Roseburg on their Oregon trip. Great competition today. They just had the stronger finish in both games against the Doc Stewarts here this afternoon. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford for stepping up and helping out here on short notice this afternoon. Appreciate him doing the radio production for us back in the studio. As always, want to say thanks to head coach Eric Savage, the entire Roseburg American Legion baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's baseball here on the Score. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll catch up with you on Thursday from Corvallis when the Roseburg Doc Stewarts take on the Midcoast Dungeons for a 1 o'clock start time to begin the Mickey Riley Star Spangled Tournament. We'll have pregame coverage starting at 12:45 Thursday afternoon. Streaming live with video online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Okay, Brenton, so here